Hello, I am Tessa-Marie, and welcome to my YouTube channel, where you will learn the answers to life's true happiness and success. So, you are now facing your 40th birthday. Some of you are 50, some of you are in the 60s, and there's few of you in your 70s. You have vitality. You realize you have some choices that you could make, but you do not know where to turn. Guess what? I have a plan for you. You see, I am the author and the creator of the 5 pillars of prosperity. So no matter what you're doing in your life right now, you need to do it well. And I will introduce you to the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Everything in our life has to be prepared for. Everything. And everything in our life that we do leans on those 5 pillars of prosperity. And if you don't know what the 5 pillars are, here they are. Emotional prosperity, how you react to anything that is sent to you by your 5 senses. Yeah. You react by what you see, you hear, you taste, you touch, and you smell. And that triggers a reaction. And that affects your emotional prosperity. Then there is mental prosperity, the ability to recall what you know and do it well all through your life, even through stress. Continue to learn and to get involved in what's happening, keeping your mental capabilities really working well. Then, of course, we understand for sure that physical prosperity is important. Man, is it important? But we do not have to wait until the chair is broken to realize it needs a tighter screw. So why are we waiting for when our body starts to creak and crack that we decide we need to do something about it? No matter what age you are at, get up and do something physical to help that body move. Motion helps you to get more motion. Also, watch and be aware as you age, reaction from different foods that you were accustomed to eating when you were younger is changing. Modify. Take care of what you're putting in your mouth, what you're ingesting, where you're ingesting it. Have you noticed that when you're sitting in front of the TV, that you eat faster and you shove it faster down your throat? Let me tell you a tip about that. Set the table, no matter if you leave alone, and make sure when you set that table that you sit there with no news, nothing on, and enjoy the meal. If you try it, you will see how lovely that food tastes. You'll finally feel the texture and the flavor of that food. So now, spiritual prosperity. What it is this, that you are good enough, that you can do whatever it is. It's not a religion or dogma. It has nothing to do with that. Accepting others for who they are. Using impeccable and exquisite words to talk about yourself and others. Make no assumptions about situations you do not know about. Form no opinions of others. That is your spiritual prosperity, and do your best to round it off. Gossip has no room in this. Telling tales that are not true or creating things about others is actually creating them for yourself, because you see, we are creators. We were born to create. So when you're busy talking bad of others, you're actually talking bad about yourself. And that is one of the things you have to make sure you watch with spiritual prosperity. It's not a church. It's the belief that you are good enough. You have Michael Jordan level talent, and so does everybody else. It really tells you to stay in your lane and work on what it is you desire to have in your life. That's what it is all about. The last one, though, but not the least, they're all the same, is financial prosperity. Everybody gets it. Every one of us gets it. When I introduced the 5 pillars, people did not see emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual as a prosperity. But anything you have at a high level and you're using it and it's making you good and you're able to function within it, it's prosperous. It's prosperity. It's not only money. And that's where, as a human, we make the mistake. We believe we should accumulate as much money as we can, and that's all we need to do, neglecting the other 4 pillars. But when we do that, we are only working on 20%. And if you only work on 20%, how can you win? So if you're questioning what is going to happen to you, or you're questioning at 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, and thinking you do not have time left, let me tell you something. Come to me. Subscribe to my channel, where I will help you, guide you. The information there is to help you live a fulfilled life, a life of your choice, while you're embracing the 5 pillars of prosperity. And of course, you heard them all. So let me give you a little tip on how you can enhance your emotional pillar. Tessa-Marie, how can I help my emotional pillar? You can this way. Take time to relax, sometimes in the morning. Do a little bit of deep breathing before you jump out of bed. Ignore the scrolling on your device. Take time to breathe, meditate, pray, or just sit in stillness and silence. And yes, if you have never done this, challenging. But I'll hold your hand, because we all have to start somewhere to do this. And that's why it's important that you realize that you need to practice your emotional balance. And you can only hear the message coming to give you the guidance you need if you sit in stillness and silence. Yes, it's a form of meditation, prayer and meditation. And yes, it's challenges to do them both. But what you must remember is, if your mind wanders, bring it back. It seems simple and people make fun of it. But the mere idea that you decided, I'm going to sit here for 5 minutes and just sit here and breathe, that alone makes a huge difference in your life. Try it. And then step out into the world and have somebody say something nasty, or hear, see, smell, or touch something not nice. Your reaction will be different from what it used to be. You'll be calmer. You'll be more aware. And you might smile at something that is not nice, just because you do not want to carry it with you. Mental prosperity. Oh, Tessa-Marie, I get that. I have no time for reading. I'm getting old and I'm forgetting things. Then find out what you can do to stimulate your mental prosperity. Play a board game, learn a language, read a new book. If you think you're forgetting your words, talk to your doctor. Get more rest. If you do not sleep, you will start not being able to remember things. Do Duolingo, do something on there, read a book, learn to play chess. I play chess against the computer, and the computer wins, but I'm not letting go. I'm learning though. And the more you do it consistently in small steps, just read for 10 minutes today. Pick up a romance novel. So that's what you like, but today you're 70, you don't want to do that. You have all Felicia Gregory, all of these authors. Read something, 1 page at a time. And do not absorb the negative news. You have to know things, but you do not have to be sitting there like this and being frightened. Mental prosperity, use your brain so your brain can help you when you get older. I'm going to be 80. And I'm jumping in all of those things on the internet and YouTube. And yes, there are people that will come and have disgusting things to say, or they think because you're older, they can grab you and make you give them money that you don't have or money that you do have. You learn how to cipher through this thing. You go through it. You separate the wheat from the sheaves. That's what you're doing. So now let's look at physical prosperity. I have a habit that I practice. After everything I do, I stop and I walk around for a minimum of 5 to 10 minutes. I do the morning blessings every day, 5 days a week. Before I do anything else, I walk around and just breathe over what I did, how I could do better. But I'm moving my body. I might climb a flight of stairs. I might move around, go different, just going. Yes, the winter was harsh in the Northeast. The summer is supposed to be hot. But you know what I did on the days I couldn't go out? I set my watch on indoor walk for 10 minutes. And I walk around my house for 10 minutes. You can listen to a podcast, something new, a new recipe, a new exercise, a new thing that you want to try. And you put another way to help yourself is to realize that every article you have in your house has an address in your house. Do not leave things on the floor that you will trip on as you age. If you use something, put it where it is supposed to go and leave it there. The kitchen does not have to be that messy. Put them away. And the more you practice moving and doing small things, the better you will feel physically, spiritually. Do not gossip. Do not share news about somebody that is not pleasant, especially somebody you know to somebody who knows them also. Stay in your lane. Spiritual prosperity is not about a religion, a faith, or a dogma. It is about you, how you see others, but most importantly, how you see yourself. Use proper words, exquisite words, impeccable words to talk about you and others. Because that person doesn't have a home and they're outside sleeping in the cold or the heat, that doesn't mean you have a right to look down on them. I'm not going to use the normal cliche that, well, you don't know what happened to them. That is none of your business again. You don't have to know while they're there. The point is you see them, you honor them. If you want to give a donation to them, do not use your index finger and tell them what to do with the money or the donation. The moment that thing leaves your hand, especially finance, money, and you put it in theirs, it's no longer yours. So do not say, hey, I'm giving you some money, but don't buy drugs or alcohol. It's none of your business. You choose to do it, there should be no caveat. My brother Milton was coming out of a bodega in New York, and he gave a man $5 who was sitting on the grate. The shop owner chased him down to tell him, you shouldn't do that because he's going to drink and buy drugs. And Milton said, sir, the moment I made the choice to give him that money, I no longer have a choice as to what to do because God gave us a free will of life. And we do whatever we want. So who am I to tell him what to do? I felt obligated to give him. I wanted to. I did it, and that's all I can tell you. You cannot keep telling people how to live their life. You cannot keep doing this. The only person you're responsible for is you, no matter how old your children are. You're training them when they're young, and when they get older, stay away. Listen. And if you want something to say, go around the mulberry bush because they know everything and we know nothing. That's just how it was. Same thing we did it for our parents. Why do you think it's different? Talk good about yourself so when you go out there to the world will see, oh, she really loves herself. And you get what you send out there. Every time you criticize another human being, you're prophesizing your life. We need to understand spiritual prosperity and these horrible things we say. Watch your words. And stop using words that are not nice when you're describing yourself. That's what is important. No, the one everybody believes and thinks they should have. Financial prosperity, yes, you should. But let me tell you about this guy. Financial prosperity, you are a steward of that money and you need to be good. If you believe in spirituality, that money is evil, then why would you keep it? Maybe that's why you have no savings. Maybe that's why you cannot stand it. Or maybe you are Scrooge. Fear that you won't have enough. I don't think, I'm not doing that because I might just remember Scrooge. That was how he was. But when he started to help Tiny Tim's family, his whole life changed. Money is a tool, not something to be worshipped. You can have all the money in the world, and yet emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, you're not aligned. Need I tell you? Look at the life of the rich and the famous. Michael Jackson couldn't sleep. Whitney Houston had other things. Anthony Bourdain hung himself in a cupboard in France, they say. Robin Williams, he made us all laugh, but he was not laughing. Did they have money? Prince did. But they needed emotional prosperity, mental prosperity. They still were doing that, but they still did not believe they were good enough. All that talent, they didn't believe they were good enough. Their spirituality was, I'm not good enough. Constantly asking. But they had all the money in the world. So you see, in your quest to gather money, make sure that you remember you need to attack the other 4 pillars and work with them. I gave you all the description here. And what I would like, if you enjoy this video, subscribe to my channel. Because when you subscribe and other people see that, then more people will learn. You might have a friend, then tell them. Say, go check Tessa-Marie's YouTube channel. She helps you to live a fulfilled life. I guide you to that, where you will have the life of your choice. You drive a car, have debt-free, going on vacation, keeping track of what you're eating, have money in your RRSP, your 401k, and enjoying it. More disposable income, but you have to have good emotional balance, mental, spiritual, and physical. And financial comes running around. So have a wonderful day.